In this video, you'll learn more about le pronom sujet on, the subject pronoun on. We've covered this topic previously, but we've learned only one use of pronoun on. There are more uses that you'll learn in this video. Okay, so before that, you should know one thing, that pronom sujet, it's a subject pronoun. Okay, just like je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, on is a subject pronoun. So it has to have a conjugation, right? For example, the verb aller, the conjugation is je vais, tu vas, il, elle va, nous allons, vous allez, il, elle vont. So where is on here? The conjugation of on is always like il, elle. Okay, for any verb, no exceptions. Okay, so you have to take care of that. The conjugation of on is always like il or elle, irrespective of its use. Okay, let's now focus on its uses. The first one that we have learned is on used as we, okay, used to replace nous. Okay, so here on is like we. Okay, let's take a couple of examples. The first example, ma mère et moi, on joue au tennis. So my mother and me, that will be we. Okay, so we play tennis. So instead of nous jouons au tennis, we have on joue au tennis. Okay, one more example. On va dîner à un bon restaurant. Okay, instead of nous allons dîner à un bon restaurant, we have on va dîner à un bon restaurant. It means the same. We are going to have dinner at a good restaurant. Okay, so why do we use on instead of nous? Because it is shorter and easier to use while speaking. So this use is mainly for speaking. Okay, we use on more while speaking. Okay, it is because it is shorter. The conjugation of on is also shorter. You can see nous allons and on va. If you compare, on va is quick. Okay, if you have to speak, you can frame a sentence more easily, more quickly. Okay, so that's what on is about. The first use, on is like nous. Second use of on is to replace les gens, that is to refer to people in general. Okay, let's take an example to understand it better. En Inde, on conduit à gauche. Okay, in India, people drive on the left hand side. Okay, so instead of les gens conduisent, okay, we have on conduit. Yes. En France, on mange souvent du fromage. Okay, in France, the French or the people often eat cheese. So instead of saying les gens or les Français mangent souvent, we use on mange souvent du fromage. Okay. The third use is on like tout le monde. Okay. Everyone. Okay. It can also be used to replace tout le monde instead of tout le monde. The first one, aujourd'hui, on veut travailler en ville. On veut travailler en ville. Okay, which means today everyone wants to work in a city. Tout le monde veut. Instead of that, we have on veut, and it means the same. Everyone wants to. The second example, on est capable de faire de bonnes choses. So, tout le monde est capable. Instead of that, we have on est capable. Everyone is capable of doing good things. This is how we use on as tout le monde, everyone. Okay. And the fourth uses on like quelqu'un or une, someone or one. Okay. Someone or one. One does this, someone did that. Okay, like that we have this on. For example, on vient me rencontrer. Okay, someone is coming to meet me. Okay, instead of saying quelqu'un vient me rencontrer, we have on vient me rencontrer. Then we have on a pris mon livre. Okay, someone took my book. Quelqu'un a pris mon livre. Instead of that, we have on a pris mon livre. Okay, so which use of on are we referring to in a sentence? How do we know that? If on is written or someone says on, how do we know that? It depends on the context because the conjugation doesn't change, but there are different uses of on. So you have to understand that by the context. And this first use is more for speaking, and the others are can be used while speaking or while writing. Okay, that's how on is, and that's what we should know or you should know about pronom on. Okay, voilà, c'est tout. Merci.